Hi guys, it's Miss Sai. Welcome to Wednesday Math. For this lesson, you're going to need paper and pencil. You're also going to need your math journal. So if you would press pause and go ahead and grab those things. When you have them, come on back and join me. Welcome back. All right. So today we're going to talk a little bit more about estimating. And I talked to Miss Payton and she said you guys did a really good job with this yesterday. So we're going to do a short review and then we're going to get into our lesson today. So if you remember from yesterday, when we estimate, we look at a number and we identify the number in the one spot. So here I have 76. And with 76, I'm going to look at the 6 because the 6 is in the ones column. So what I have to do is I have to round up to the next number in the tens column that's bigger. So if the number is 5 or bigger, I'm going to round up, just like I did here. So 76 now becomes 80. And you're going to see why you learned about this and why it's important in just a minute. Let's take a look at this one. I want you to help me with it, so get your paper and pencil ready. I want to work on estimating. And remember, when I estimate, that means that I'm making a really good guess. So if I look at 66, I know I need to find the number that's in the one spot or the ones column. So I see that it's a 6 right here. And then I need to decide, okay, is 6 5 or bigger or 4 or smaller? Okay, well, it's bigger because after 5 comes 6. So when I estimate, I look at that number and I look at my number grid. If the number is 5 or bigger, we round up to the bigger number in the tens column. So what that means is I'm either going to go to 60 or 70 because 66 is in between those two numbers. And because the number 6 is bigger than 5, I'm going to round to 70. Now, take a look at this one because it's a little different. Look at the number 8. Messiah, this is a one-digit number. It is, but there is always a 0 in front. So the 8 is actually in the one spot because it's 8 ones. So how am I going to round that 8? Am I going to round it to 0 or am I going to round it to 10? What do you think? Oh, I think I'm going to round it up to 10. Of course I'm going to round it up to 10 because 8 is bigger than 5. And so I round to the biggest number. Now, let's take a look at this one. When I'm rounding and the number is 4 or smaller, I have to go to the smaller number in the tens column of the number grid. So here I have the number 32. 2 is in the one spot, and 2 is clearly smaller than 5. So here is 32. I know that my answer is either going to be 30 or 40 because I'm rounding. And it's kind of easy to see over here that 32 is actually closer to 30. It's only 2 hops away. So I am going to round 32 to 30. Let's try one of those together. Oh, I'm trying to trick you with this one. I got 104. 104 is a little tricky because it's not a one-digit number and it's not a two-digit number, but it's a three-digit number. So remember how we HTO it, hundreds, tens, and ones, just in case you get confused. So take a look at 104. The number in the one spot is the 4. So think about what I've taught you so far. Am I going to round to 100? Is 104 closer to 100? Or is 104 closer to 110? Well, my 4 in the one spot is 4 or below. So I'm going to go to my smaller number on my number grid, which is 100. All right, here's what we're going to do today. Today, you're going to make a ballpark estimate And then use a strategy that we know to solve addition problems. Wait a minute, Miss I, what are you doing? Ballpark what? Ballpark estimate? What are you talking about? I know. You're saying it right now. Okay, so let's think. We're in math. We're talking about numbers and adding. Is this the kind of ballpark I'm talking about? Well, I do see some shapes on the field, and that's math. I can count 2 people in the picture right down here, so that's math. I think my teacher is crazy. Okay, well, fine. Do you think it's this type of ballpark estimate? You're right. Ding, 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 ding. It is this kind of ballpark estimate. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to use what you learned yesterday with Miss Peyton. We're going to round numbers up in an addition problem to help us get a good guess or a ballpark estimate for what our answer should be for our addition problem. I know it sounds confusing. I'm talking about baseball. Not really. So let me explain it to you. Let me show you what we're going to do. Now, I'm going to warn you, it's going to seem like a lot of work. And in the beginning, it's going to take you a while to do each step. But if you ask the kids from last year, once you get those steps down, it's going to be super duper fast. So just be patient, take your time and do it right the first time. Don't try to rush through. And remember, if you have questions, you can always come on the Google Meet or rewind, listen to what I'm saying again, and see if you can figure it out. Let's take a look. Don't do anything with your paper and pencil. Don't do anything with it. Just please watch. All right, so we're going to use these ballpark estimates, which is a silly way of saying our good guesses, when we add these big numbers together. They're going to help us know if when we actually solve the problem, if we're around the right answer. For example, if I was going to do a ballpark estimate for 10 plus 10, I would think that it would be around 20. My ballpark estimate is that my answer is going to be 20. Okay, well, I already know that 10 plus 10 is 20, so that was a really easy example for me. But now that we're getting closer to 3rd grade, you're going to have to be adding some bigger numbers. So take a look as I do this one. All right, 26 plus 49. That's the problem that what they want me to solve. They do not want me to just hop straight to my number grid and add these numbers together. They want me to use a ballpark estimate. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a ballpark estimate on what each one of these numbers is closest to, like what you learned with Miss Peyton yesterday. All right, so I'm going to round these numbers up. So here I have 26. It's right here on the number grid. 6 is in the 1 spot. If it's 5 or higher, I go up. My answer is either going to be 20 or 30. The bigger number out of those two is 30, so I'm going to round to 30. Now I have 49. 9 is in the ones column or the ones spot. So it's 9 is higher than 5, so I'm going to round up to 50. Now they want my new ballpark estimate number model. So for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two numbers, 30 and 50, and I am going to write my number model and I'm going to solve it. So 30 plus 50 equals something. It equals something. I'm not really sure what it equals, but 30 plus 50 is going to be a lot easier for me to solve than 26 plus 49. This is going to give me a ballpark estimate or a good idea of what my real answer is going to be. All right, so now I'm going to solve it. So I have 30 plus 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. All right, so my answer to 30 plus 50, my ballpark estimate is 80. This is not the answer to 26 plus 49. This is giving me a good idea in my brain of what my answer should be. My answer to 26 plus 49 should be around 80. Okay, so now I have to figure it out. I'm not done yet. Remember, I told you a lot of steps. So now I have to solve 26 plus 49 using the open number line strategy. Now, you can use any strategy you want, but for today, we're going to focus on open number line because I know that you are really good at it. Okay, so I'm going to solve it and I'm going to see if my ballpark estimate of 30 plus 50 equals 80 is close to my answer. Guess what? It's going to be close to my answer. All right, here we go. So here's my open number line, right way down here. Okay, you know what? I'm going to move it up just a little bit. All right, so here's my open number line. I am going to start with my original problem, 26 plus 49. Here's 26, and I need to add 49, but I'm going to add by 10. So I have 26. I'm going to add 10 to get 36. I'm going to add 10 more to get 46. So I've added 20. I have to add 49. I'm going to add 10. Oh, I'm going to add 10 more to get 56. I'm not done yet, okay? Because I've only added 10, 20, 30, and I have to add 49. I'm close though. All right, 10 more to get 66. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40. I have to add 9 more. So I'm going to add 9 more. I ran out of room. And for this part, I'm not really sure what 66 plus 9 is. So I'm going to use my number grid. I'm going to start at 66 and I'm going to make 9 hops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I got 75. So my answer to 26 plus 49 is 75. Okay, so was my ballpark estimate helpful? Is 75 closer to 80 or closer to 70? Here comes that rounding again. Well, 75 has a 5 in the one spot. And I know that with 5 or higher, I go up on my number grid. So my ballpark estimate helped me. Yes, my ballpark estimate was close to my actual answer of 75. If your head is spinning because you're confused, it's okay. We're going to do more together. Let's take a look at the next one. All right, 71 plus 15. First, I need to make the ballpark estimate or the rounding for each of my numbers. 71 is closer to 70, and 15 is closer to 20. My new ballpark estimate number model or addition problem is 70 plus 20 equals something. I'm going to go back and use my number grid. I'm going to start at 70 and use that cool trick of counting down the columns to add 20, 10, 20. 70 plus 20 equals 90. Here is my ballpark estimate. I know that 71 plus 15 is going to be around 90. It is not going to be 90, but it's going to be around 90. So now I have to solve 71 plus 15 using my open number line. And of course, I made my number line too low again, so let me move it up here. All right, I have to use my open number line not to solve 70 plus 20. Nope, I already used those numbers. I have to go back and I have to use my original addition problem of 71 plus 15. All right, so 71 is going to start my number line. I'm going to use my open number line. I'm going to add 10 to get 81. Now, it's really important that you label on your number line how many you added. That's a really important part. Okay, now I already added 10, so now I just have to add 5 more. So I have 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86. Oh, 71 plus 18 equals not 18. 71 plus 15 equals 86. Is 86 close to 90? It is close to 90. So my ballpark estimate worked. It was really close to my actual answer. Let's try one together. If you don't have your paper and pencil close to you, I want you to go get it. And if you need a hard surface to write on, grab your math notebook or your binder, and you can use that to write on. So if you need to grab those things, press pause and then come back when you're ready. If you already have them, we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, so the directions are to use a ballpark estimate, a good guess, to help us solve problems where we're adding bigger numbers. And this is going to let us know if our real answer is close to our ballpark estimate. So first, we want to make the ballpark estimate for each number. So why don't you do that? Why don't you look at 33 and use your number grid? You can either use your number grid or this one. I can make this one a little bigger so that you can use it. So I want you to look at 33 and I want you to round it up or down. And then I want you to do the same for 44. So on your paper, you can draw the arrows and the lines if you want to, but you don't have to. And then you're going to write your new ballpark estimate number model. So you're going to tell me what plus what equals what. Go ahead and pause, and I want you to try it on your own. If you're still unsure, you don't have to pause, but you do need to do it with me, okay? All right, welcome back. Here we go. For 33, right here on the number grid, I look at the number in the ones column, and that's a 3. 3 is smaller than 4, so I am going to round it to 30. The reason that I round it to 30 is because it's fewer hops to 30. It's way more hops to 40. Then let's look at 44. 44. Remember, if it's 4 or smaller, I'm going to go to the number in the tens column that's smaller. 44 is closer to 40, and 40 is smaller than 50 on the number grid. So 44 rounds to 40. Now I'm going to make my new ballpark estimation number model. 30 plus 40 equals blank. Go ahead and hit pause, solve 30 plus 40, and then hit play to come back to me. All right, to get to 30 plus 40, I'm going to start at 30. And I'm going to use that trick where when I add 10, I'm going to go down one whole column on the number grid. 10, 20, 30, 40. 30 plus 40 is 70. I'm done! Yay, I solved my problem. I'm all done with math. Oh, wait, I'm not? Oh, you're right, I'm not. All I did was make my ballpark estimate. Sorry, cat's in the way. All I did was make my ballpark estimate. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to solve 33 plus 44. When I solve that, I know that my answer is going to be pretty close to 70. So let's do it. We're going to solve 33 plus 44 using the strategy of the open number line. The reason that I keep saying that is because on your workbook page that we're going to do, it's going to ask for the strategy. On your test, it's going to ask you to use a strategy. So I want you to remember that using an open number line is a strategy that you can use to solve math problems. So I need to use my open number line. Now, I am not using my open number line to solve 30 plus 40. I already did that. I got 70. So I'm going to use my open number line to solve 33 plus 44. I'm going to start at 33, and I need to add 44. 10. Hit pause. Finish it, and then come back and join me. All right. Hopefully, you went like this. 33 plus 10 is 43. 43 plus 10 is 53. 53 plus 10 is 63. All right, I've gone 10, 20, 30. Oh, I got a hot 44. I'm going to add 10 more to get to 73. And I'm not going to forget to put plus 10 on my open number line. All right, I did 10, 20, 30, 40. Oh, I don't have to add 10 more. How many more do I have to add? I have to add 4 more. So 73, 74, 75, 76, 77. All right, I got 77. Is 77 close to 70? It is close to 70. It's closer to 80, but sometimes in math, when we're looking at numbers, we look at numbers from 0 to a million. So 70 is close to 77, even though it's closer to 80. So this would be an acceptable answer. I thought that this kind of problem was going to be really confusing, so that's why I showed this to you. Even though we would round 77 up to 80, our ballpark estimate is still correct. So we would still use it. That would be a correct answer. Let's take a look at what I want you to do now. I want you to try this page in your math notebook, or I'm sorry, in your math journal. It's page 153. I'm asking you to do the exact same thing that we just did. Okay, let's take a look and I'm going to go over it with you. Everything that you need to do is right here in the directions. You can even pick your own unit. Maybe you're going to do money, 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 money. All right, so first I want you to make a ballpark estimate. All right, so I'm going to round these two numbers. I'm going to make my ballpark estimate and I'm going to write it on this line. Then I'm going to solve the actual problem of 32 plus 26. Then the way that I'm going to check it is I am going to use my open number line. That is the strategy that you are using. That's the strategy that you are using. Now, when you make your ballpark estimate and you solve, those two numbers should be very close to each other. Okay. If your ballpark estimate was 100 and your answer was 7, no, that's not a very good ballpark estimate. I might need to go back and watch the video again. But if your ballpark estimate was 50 and your answer was 54, that's perfect. Let's take a look down here. Does your answer make sense? How do you know? Sometimes these questions scare you guys, and I'm not sure why, because you got it all right here. It wouldn't give you anything that you couldn't do. So does your answer make sense? Hopefully you say yes. But how do you know? Well, what did you do? Did you just guess? Or did you use a ballpark estimate? Did you subtract? Or did you use an open number line to help you solve it? You have all the answers up here. I want you to try to do these two on your own. And then when you're finished, I want you to do the math boxes for this lesson. If you can see, I crossed out what they were. And when I'm done explaining what you're going to do, I'm going to come back and I'm going to go over this with you if you need it. So I want you to try these two problems. If you have any questions, I want you to do two things. First, I want you to go back and I want you to re-watch parts of the video. Just go back, scroll back like you would on a regular YouTube video, and I want you to see if you can figure it out. If not, I want you to join me on my Google Meet for Math Flex time. Okay? You can look at the schedule to see what time that is. Don't forget, you also have to do your Math Home Link homework. Exact same thing that you did. Okay? Exact same thing that you did. And if mom or dad need help because they probably didn't learn ballpark estimates just like I did, not learn them, I never learned them, here is a little note that can help them. Okay? You are expected to do this and your homework. Okay? All right, so I want you to go back to page 153. I want you to work on your ballpark estimates. If you don't remember or you're not sure, you can rewind in the video. If you still don't know after that, you can meet me in the Google Meet. Okay, so if you're ready for that, I want you to hit pause. And then when you're done, I want you to come back and I'm going to talk to you about your MathBox page. All right, let's take a look at MathBox. Number one, it wanted you to use your pattern block template, but you don't have your pattern block template, so you're going to draw a shape that has 3 sides. Solve these math problems. Write each one of these numbers in expanded form. What number? You're going to tell me what number these base 10 blocks show. And then you're going to use base 10 shorthand to show me in a different way. And yes, you have to do number 5. You always ask. Yes, you have to do number 5. Number 5 says, explain how you figured out the number shown by the base 10 blocks in problem 4. In problem 4, this one right here. All right, guys, I miss you. I might see you at the Google Meet for flex time if you need it. Other than that, I will talk to you later. Bye.